Hello ladies, Barbara here. I want to read you this email. I take antidepressants. I've switched several times, but they all seem to make me gain weight. Why? Well, it's not a coincidence. A huge study tracked nearly 300,000 people for 10 years. That's a big study. And those taking antidepressants were more likely to pack on the pounds than the control group who were not taking antidepressants. Those on the drugs reported gaining weight up to 100 pounds in some cases. Yikes! The people who started at normal weight became overweight, while those who were already overweight were more likely to become obese. And the weight gain was most likely to occur after taking the medication for 6 months or longer. The antidepressants that were most likely to cause weight gain: Paxil, Prozac, Lexapro, and Celexa, SSRIs. Patients are rarely warned about the weight gain. Well, what happens? There are two main theories. One, the synthetic drugs can trigger huge food cravings, particularly carbohydrates. And number two, the drugs may also negatively impact metabolism. Did you know antidepressants are the third most prescribed drugs in the United States? Well, 2005 is the most recent study we have. And why is that, do you think? Maybe they don't want us to know how bad it is? But in 2005, 27 million Americans age 6 and older were taking antidepressants. Age 6! Oh my gosh! Another concern is how many of these millions of people should be on antidepressants. A study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association concluded that prescription antidepressants may provide little benefit to a patient who has mild to moderate depression. However, they are found to help patients with very severe depression. So here's what I want to discuss today. Because you're worried about the weight gain. Well, many natural antidepressants exist that are a great alternative. They often work faster, better, fewer side effects, and no weight gain. There may be a supplement for you that can jumpstart you back to feeling like your best self. You have nothing to lose. Now here are 7 natural antidepressant supplements. Choose the one that best matches your unique set of symptoms. Okay, so for just plain old depression, tryptophan or 5-HTP. They are precursors to both serotonin and melatonin. There are controlled studies that show these can work as well as prescription meds. Now, besides the basic depression, they've also been found to help ADHD, anxiety, insomnia, OCD, and bipolar disease, and seasonal affective disorder, SAD. Now, I want to caution you, you can't take tryptophan or 5-HTP along with an SSRI because taken together, they can cause a potent, serious condition known as serotonin syndrome. So you have to be weaned off your antidepressant if you want to choose one of these. Number 2, quercetin. Consider quercetin if you have depression along with OCD. Quercetin supplements are said to be as effective for depression as Prozac, which is one of the most prescribed. Quercetin works by increasing levels of serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin is the brain chemical responsible for happiness, and dopamine is your motivation molecule. It's also in charge of your pleasure reward system. Number 3, Rhodiola rosea. If your depression is accompanied by fatigue or is caused by SAD, the seasonal affective disorder, try Rhodiola. It increases activity of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, which increases physical stamina to reduce fatigue. Again, it can actually reduce depression faster than prescriptions. Number 4, SAMe, known as S-adenosyl L-methathione. Choose SAMe if you want to add something to your natural, something natural as you're weaning off your drug. Or if your depression is accompanied by joint pain, insomnia, and morning stiffness. In clinical trials, 50% of patients responded favorably, and they said they had a remarkable remission of their symptoms. Number 5 is called EGCG. This is the main substance in green tea. So, drink green tea if your depression is accompanied by stress, anxiety, and problems with focus and concentration. Now, drinking green tea daily can reduce depression by 44%. It helps with stress and anxiety because it normalizes the activity of GABA, which is gamma-aminobutyric acid, a relaxing brain chemical often referred to as nature's Valium. It alters your brain wave patterns, putting you in a relaxed, but you'll still be attentive state, similar to anti-anxiety drugs. So don't go with any EGCG supplements. That's not the way, because only 1% is found to get absorbed. You also want the L-theanine that's found in the green tea, so you want to drink it. 6, St. John's wort. You've probably heard of it. Be careful with this one. It has been one of the most popular natural antidepressants for years, but St. John's wort is a risky herb with many side effects. It can increase blood pressure, cause nausea, dizziness, it can make your dementia worse, and it can trigger psychoses in bipolar patients. And ladies, it can make your birth control pills less effective, and also interacts negatively with lots of other meds or supplements. So it should not be taken with any antidepressant drugs because it can cause serotonin syndrome, which we discussed. So by the same token, don't mix it with any substance that works by raising serotonin like 5-HTP and tryptophan. I personally believe St. John's wort is just not worth the downsides unless you've exhausted all other possibilities. And last, a really overlooked little guy, fish oil. Using fish oils has proven to be effective for basic depression, bipolar, ADHD, postpartum depression, SAD, and even schizophrenia. Be sure to get a form with EPA and DHA in a ratio of 720 to 480 milligrams. So, in conclusion, nature provides a medicine chest of natural antidepressant herbs, amino acid, and oils that have been studied and shown to work as well as prescriptions. Some work better, faster, and almost always with fewer side effects when compared to drugs like SSRIs, and no weight gain. I hope you can break free if you are taking pharmaceutical drugs to help improve your mood and well-being, but do not go cold turkey. You have to wean, and if you're severely depressed, you probably need them. A wise doctor once told me this: if you are going through a trauma, like the death of a loved one or some other traumatic event, short-term antidepressant drugs can be most helpful for a time. Then you stop. If you're generally feeling blue with no zest for life and suicidal thoughts for a long period of time, an antidepressant may be your answer to get yourself back on track. When you go to the doctor with these symptoms, advocate for yourself. Remember, doctors love to prescribe, but feeling like a zombie is not what healing should feel like. Thank you for watching. I want you to feel happy and great.